So this is my first YouTube video, and I thought it'd be a good idea to make it because I had a really good question for my little sister. And my little sister is 23 years old, and she asked me, how do you get motivated? And I know that there's a million videos out there, and there's over a million books on how to get motivated in life in general. And it's a really good question, and we're all built the same, yet we're completely different. What motivates you doesn't motivate me, and so on and so forth. And one of the biggest motivators is possibly money, possibly the ability to go on vacations and run your own business. I mean, it's an endless list of things that can motivate an individual to do something. And my little sister is basically just trying to figure out how to be motivated to be an adult. So she's already graduated college. She's done very well. She has a degree. She's smarter than me. She's smarter than me, which is awesome. My dad is really, really proud. And I'm very proud of her. And the thing I think about is, how do you tell somebody to do something when you don't know the answer yourself? And the thing that flew off my tongue the fastest was, you just got to be busy. Being busy stops you from thinking about negativity. You know, for me, as long as I'm going to work, I don't think about all the bad things that are coming, like, I got to pay this bill, got to take care of this, got to do that. And I have just as many stress and problems as anybody else. I just don't voice it. And I think it's important to do everything in moderation, either giving a little bit of information of your stress, but not unloading on somebody. So I feel like I'm babbling about it, probably because I'm nervous as fuck trying to film myself. I don't film myself. I don't take pictures of myself. I don't do any of that kind of stupid stuff. I think it is stupid. I really do. But I'm making this video because I think her question was really good. And it's not a simple answer. And I think everybody gets depressed and they fall on their face and they don't know where to turn and how to approach it. And it's a very tough situation. It's one of the most amazing things to be human. We're on top of the food chain. We're on top of it. We have won the animal kingdom lotto. We have no problems until we create our own. It's crazy. It really is. We have no problems until we create our own. We create our own problems. So, how do you get motivated? And for me, I think of everything like an engine. If you're a car and you're just sitting and sitting and sitting and sitting, and grass is growing on top of you, and your tires are flat, and nobody's maintaining you, there's no oil in the engine, there's no gas in the gas tank, it's gonna be a really, really lot of work to get that car rolling again. And I look at the human the same exact way. If you're sitting around and you're watching TV and you're watching YouTube videos and you say, oh, I can't do that, I can't do this, I'm not fit enough, I can't do that, then it's going to be the hardest thing in the world to get motivated. So how do you go from being that car that's covered in grass to the car that is in a Formula One Autobahn? And I think the biggest thing is draw a blueprint of what you want to accomplish. I'm always a huge fan of writing things down. And I've been taught that in school and the short amount of college I did go for, that it's important to write things down. You have a checklist of things that you need to get done and the way that you want to approach it. Because when you see it, you can visualize it. If you can visualize it, you can start acting on it. And a lot of us start to act on it, and then we fall back into our routine of, oh, you just give up easily. And it's easy to give up. It's easy because it requires no effort. But, I think to answer my sister's question was just get a job. I told her just get a job, any job. I don't even care what it is. You shouldn't care what it is. Just get it, because at least you're going to start to be in motion. You're going to get up. You're going to go to work. You're going to go to work like 5 days a week, and then you're going to have your 2 days off. And for your 2 days off, then you can contemplate on how to make your life a little bit better. And I think it is important to slowly do something, even though it's like aches and pains to do it. And it's like the car, you can hear the rust of the door opening and the smell of it inside, and you're chopping up the weeds away from it. As long as you're progressively going into motion, things will start to look better. And I think the reason why it is hard to get motivated is because it is easy to fall back into your old situation. It's extremely easy. The bed is always right there. It's got your imprint, It's so easy to just fall back into that imprint and just forget about it and just mope and mope. Oh, I want to get motivated. So the other component is you got to have goals. And I'm not talking about big, huge ones. I'm talking about like little ones. Like, for instance, just getting out of the house and going for a walk and, breathing in the fresh air and watching, these other animals survive. I always like watching these videos on YouTube. I know I was complaining about it, but watching the animal kingdom chase after other animals, like lions chasing after antelope or deer or whatever. I find it so fascinating because if you look at them, they are patient. They analyze their food and they analyze the approach that they're going to take, and 99.9% of the time, they calculate, they draw in, and they attack. And they are successful 99.9% of the time. And the reason why they are successful is because they have patience. They analyze the objective, and they shoot for it. And even if they fail, they have to succeed, because if they don't succeed, they will die. Survival is so important, and it's in everybody's DNA. We all want to survive. We all want to out-achieve our neighbors and so forth. But it's the survival instinct that is a good motivator. My little sister, she's been catered her entire life, and I don't fault her for it. Shit, if I could cater her, I would. I love her to death. But myself, I was 17. I moved to Florida, and I moved in with my older brothers, and I got a taste